What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone for a daily news show the day after what was a very disappointing result and a lot of opinions out there. The media having their say, fans having their say. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to do the player ratings as well. But there's a lot of panic, and I think it's way too soon to actually panic. It's okay to call certain things out or discuss things that need to improve, that haven't improved, that are a worrying point. Point out good things as well. That's okay, but I think to just say now, this is it. This is how our season is gonna go, or say that player's a flop, this and that. I think it's way too soon. You can have an opinion, and that's fair. But to say it's definitive, I think it's way too much. But we're gonna talk about that, all of things, because a lot of players spark a very interesting debate. Before we do that, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk on why we just need to be real right now and do not need to panic, in my opinion. Okay, so in general, before I do the player ratings and talk about what Motta said, when I say no panic, it's more about it's too soon to say it's definitive, this is how our season is going to go. There are certain things that are a problem and that will remain a problem unless Motta finds a solution. We don't have a ball playing center back. For me, it was a need. We didn't address that, and that's an issue. Because right now you're asking a midfielder to drop in deep, and that is okay, but when you have a ball playing center back like he had with Calafiori, you create overloads in midfield on the wings. Right now, we struggle to do that. That's on Motta because he signed off to the idea of investing heavily on the midfield. So you now need to find a new solution for that. He's trying to do it with Cambiasso, but he can only do so much. You're asking a lot right now, So you need to find solutions to get Yildiz more involved, to get that ball more consistently up to Vlahovic in decent positions, or Gonzalez if he plays as a number 9, or Milik if he plays as a number 9, to get that ball there consistently. That's on you right now because you signed off to certain players and you need to respond to that. But on the players, I gave Perine a 6. I didn't like his second half. I'm not gonna lie. His distribution of the ball was weird. It caused us problems twice. Give away a corner, put Locatelli in massive trouble. I'm not sure what that was all about. What I just have to say is, you're not that guy. Even if Motta is asking you that, fine. But a certain situation, just be smart and just boot it away. He was not doing that in the second half. And it frustrated me as hell because you're not that guy. Just keep it simple. And for some reason, he was complicating it and give away a corner, give away another mistake because he passed the ball to Locatelli in a very weird way where Locatelli was in immediate trouble, and I didn't like that. Other than that, he didn't have anything to do, So 6. Kalulu, I give him 7. I thought he was excellent. I thought he was one of the best, and that's not saying much, but I thought and people know what I think about Kalulu. That's what I said, no need to panic, because you can now say, look, Gonzalez is going to flop, or Koopman is going to flop, we overpaid, and I would agree with it, we overpaid. I don't like Kalulu. I don't like him as a player. I don't trust him. However, on the day, he was good. He was very good, and he potentially could be a main guy if he plays like this for Motta. I see why Motta wanted him. I still am very skeptical on him. It's one game. It's not enough to convince me that I was wrong in my belief that I didn't like Kalulu, but I need to give him credit. He was good. He was very good, as well as Gatti. Actually, the first 4 games, Gatti has been excellent. The biggest thing I appreciate from Gatti right now, which I feared and was my biggest concern with him, is that he's composed. He is calm. He's collected. He keeps his cool, and that is something I thought he was never going to show again. He's in the right place every single time right now. He doesn't do too much. He keeps things simple. It's clean, more clean than the last couple of seasons. And for that, I need to give him a 7 because I thought he was good again. Bremer, I give him a 6. Looked awkward in a couple of situations when he needed to play the ball. Do I blame him? No, they're asked to do that. They're not good at it. I, I still need to knock them points because you're not good at it, and it causes some issues at times. But I thought defensively it was fine, but I cannot give him more. Like, he didn't stand out like Kalulu and Gatti. So 6. I gave Cambiaso a 6. Not that he was amazing like the usual Cambiaso, but he's doing a lot. Motta's asking a lot of him, dropping in, dropping deep. My biggest issue was that there were no overlaps with Yildiz on that side, and that put Yildiz in some trouble, because he was not having a good game, and there were no overlaps whatsoever, actually on both sides, to be honest, but on that side as well. He wasn't fantastic, he wasn't awful as well, so I just gave him a standard 6. Locatelli 6.5. I thought he was playing well again. I don't get why he got stopped for Fagioli. I don't like. Would we have won the game if Locatelli stayed on? Probably not. Would he have won the game if we brought on Fagioli? And I know it's in hindsight, but I had no idea why Fagioli came on in that moment in time, especially for Locatelli. I thought he was playing well. Actually, I think he's playing well this season. It's much more consistent. It's way more consistent. However, because we don't have a ball-playing center-back, I think he's playing too deep for my liking again, because I think he can do more damage if he gets more freedom. However, he needs to drop in deep, because if we need to build up, we need him, because those center-backs, they cannot build up, and you need Locatelli. So that's maybe the frustrating part for me, but I gave him 6.5 because I think he's playing well again. Douglas Luiz 5. He was involved. He got a lot of touches, in my opinion, but it was very, very basic. I don't know what it is. Is it maybe the pace of the game we're playing? Is it maybe in his head that it's the first game, let me do it calmly? But I think it's more of the pace of the game. Everybody was playing on a very slow pace, and he did very basic stuff where I was looking at it and I'm like, I'm just not going to win us the game. What you're doing, I think Arthur can do as well on the day. On the day, I'm saying, it was very basic. It was very, I don't know, there was no imagination with it. It was just flat. So 5. Colt Miners 5. I think he got less touches than Douglas Luiz. I think he was lost. At times I forgot he was playing Colt Miners, and maybe he's finding his footing again. Like I said, you start new players, 4 of them. You start in the starting 11. It's not gonna work all smoothly, but I don't know. I felt Colt Miners got lost in that game. I thought maybe the last 50 minutes he popped up, and got more involved, but in general I thought he got lost. So I give him a 5. It wasn't good. Gonzalez 4.5. Besides that pass to Vlahovic, which was ridiculous good, and we'll talk about that in a second, it was a disaster game, especially that first half. That was brutal to watch. He was tripping on over his own feet, losing the ball, giving away passes to actually Empoli players. It was poor, man. He was really poor. So I cannot sugarcoat it. It was the first game, but it was poor. Like, it was really poor. So 4.5. That was horrible to watch, especially that first half. Yildiz 5.5. Struggled really to get involved. Didn't really beat this man, maybe twice towards the end before he got subbed. I don't know. It looked uncomfortable on that left wing. That's all I have to say. There were no overlaps, so he needed to do it all himself. And it wasn't like the first 2 games where he was free roaming and, played between the lines and picked up pockets here and there. Again, the opponent is different, because Empoli set up in a different way. They set up with 5 at the back and break us down, and we struggled, but he struggled as well. So 5.5. Vlahovic 4.5. I said in my preview, if you get I don't have an issue with a striker missing a chance, but there are certain moments in the game where you can feel that it's that one chance. If we bury this chance, we win that game. And he should have taken that chance. That was a brilliant pass for Nico Gonzalez. You should putting that away. And that's not even the frustrating part, because I can live with a player missing a chance. What I cannot live with is that when he misses a chance, his head is gone. It's completely gone. And I agree. Motta was asked about that post-game. He's like, yeah, he needs to improve that. He backed him, but he needs to improve that. If a chance goes not your way, that's fine. Just keep going. And maybe it's a situation that we only have one chance today and against Roma, and that's it. And you feel that it's that type of game, and everything is then in your head. But he was giving the ball way too sloppy. Everybody, but he as well. Like, he was just passing it past players too slow, too long. It was just poor. And that, like, after that chance, it got worse. It really got worse, in my opinion. And Motta described it saying that you need to give him the ball more often in and around the box. And I agree, but that's not for Vlahovic. If we have Milik up top or Gonzalez as a number 9, that's the same rule. You need to give these players opportunities enough to try to convert chances. We didn't do that against Roma, and we didn't do that against Empoli. Yeah, one, and that's it. That's it. That one save from Gatti in the first half, I think, from a corner. But like, really creating openings, we had absolutely nothing in that game. And the things he needed to do, I don't think he was good at it. So 4.5. Thuram came on. I gave him a 6. I think from all the subs, he was the best one, in my opinion. But again, he's back in training like 2-3 days ago. You cannot really, like, that, like, the subs he made, like, 2 of them just came back from injury. One hasn't played for a year basically, and the other one was playing Serie C football. So that you need to keep that in mind. So I gave Thuram a 6 because I thought he was the best out of them. I gave Fagioli a 5. I thought he was horrible again. At the end, almost cost us the game. Giving away the ball, and Gatti with a brilliant block. I thought he was horrible. I think he's been poor all season. All season is 3-4 games, but I don't think he's playing well. I gave him Bangula a 5. Again, couldn't beat this man. Actually lost possession every single time, to be honest. Misplaced. Like, there was one counter attack, and he just, I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to pass to, I don't know, was it Cambiasso? And he just flicked it to absolutely nobody. Like, it's just in between. So he was poor. I don't think we had a very good impact as well. It was all over the place a little bit. So 5. And Motta 5. Again, panic too early. Being worried about certain things, fine. Being worried about PSV and Napoli, 100% fine, because we need to improve. He doesn't have a ball playing center back. That's the decisions you made. Now you need to find a solution, because you're not going to do what you did against with Bologna. What I do want to say is that people had an image of Motta, of champagne football, and creating 1,000 chances of game. That was not the case at Bologna. He did with low quality what he needed to do. It was very efficient. Right now, like, pace was always my worry in that team. Conceição was out. Villa is hot and cold. He has pace, but no real end product. When you play Gonzalez and you play Yildiz, that's not with pace. So you need to find the combinations, and I get that, and I can see that. Like, we look solid. We can keep possession. We try to build up properly, and that's fine. However, when it's not working, and with 5 minutes extra time, you use 3 minutes, and I'm actually not lying, 3 minutes of those extra time to just bop that ball around between Fagioli and Bremer and Kalulu and Gatti, and it's sideways and sideways, then I'm like, it didn't work for 90 minutes. What makes you believe it's going to work right now? Do something else. Try to overload that wing, and let Weah try to beat that guy. Just cross the ball, pump it into the box, do something else. Because what you were trying to do for 90 minutes, it's cool, fine. You want to build that properly, and you want to have control, and that's perfectly fine. I get it, but it was not working, and we need to find a solution, because we're not opening teams. People will sit back against us and counter if we struggle like that. Yildiz was struggling. You needed to get him more involved. On the left wing, it looked awkward. Maybe you need to give him some freedom. Koopmeiners never got involved in the game. Douglas Luiz was slow paced and very basic, so there are a lot of worries. Against PSV, it's different. It's high intensity game, so you will concede more. There will be more openings. I get it, but you will concede more. So it's not that they will play more open. That's a given that now you're gonna stay solid as you are, and you're gonna create chances, because creating chances is not something you do overnight. It's something you work on, and that's what he was talking about, and he acknowledged it. Like, we don't create chances, and we need to work on that. Because now you have players who are not going to beat this man. With Gonzalez and Yildiz, they're going to do it, but not like Conceição or Timothy Weah. So I get the patient build-up. However, at one point, somebody needs to pull the trigger. Somebody needs to play that killer pass, make that overlong, make that run in behind. And that's what Motta was saying. He's like, we need to do better. Like the runs in behind, the midfielders arriving a bit later in the box to, get that header in or something. Like all these things need to improve. And maybe it is confident and probably it is time. So that's why I'm like, do not panic. But express your concerns for Napoli and PSV, because there are concerns. We need to improve overnight, not completely from 0 to 100, but at least from 0 to 45, so we can at least do something against PSV and Napoli. Because like this, again, you're not going to create chances, But stay calm. If this was the start of December, then yeah, it's weird. It's time to panic, because if we have these type of performances week in, week out with no improvement, then yeah, you need to panic and you need to really debate that. But right now, first game after international break, we start with 4 new players in the lineup. I'm just like, calm down and let's see where this is heading. This was always going to need some time. And let's see how Motta will fix it, But that's it for this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as always, and join me today for a live show with some guests on, where we are going to talk the latest stuff. And then Monday, it's already preview because we play PSV on Tuesday, which is a good news. Bad result, couple of days of rest, and we play again, But I'll talk to you guys tonight. Ciao.